Well, if you ask me who are some of the if you ask me who are the top two transfer gurus, like tier one journalists when it comes to transfers, I'll tell you Fabrizio Romano and David Austin. And in this story, we have a man known as David Austin, correspondent for The Athletic and New York Times, telling us why the deal of Ollie Watkins to Arsenal never came to pass. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, do the needful. So I'm calling upon for you guys, obviously go ahead and obviously support Mono Gadgets. And Valentine's around the corner. And I think one of the best gifts that you can ever get to your loved one is a smartwatch. Guys, smartwatches are the way to go, and you know what smartwatches really do and the importance of smartwatches. So go ahead and call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and those are smartwatches to go. I repeat it, +256 70 99 88 665. That is Mono Gadgets for you, and they obviously bring you the latest affordable smartwatches. So let's get into the deal of Ollie Watkins and why it never really came to pass. And this is what David Austin told us. On Ollie Watkins, Aston Villa gave Arsenal the opportunity to do the deal or have a conversation on the basis of a £60 million possibility. That was something clearly Arsenal were not prepared to do at the value they decided to suggest around £40 million. Now, that means that the £60 million bid was a lie. You know, Arsenal made a bid of only £40 million to sign Ollie Watkins, and Aston Villa were like, please and please and please and please do the needful and increase that money, and we will obviously try to do something. Because David Austin says Arsenal was given an opportunity to do this deal or have a conversation on the basis of a £60 million possibility. So when Arsenal said no, we cannot pay £60 million, Aston Villa told them, all right, you can get us 40, but can we include clauses that can see this deal grow north of £60 million, like the clauses, maybe if at all he scores 20 goals a season, Aston Villa earns like £5 million. If Arsenal wins the Premier League, Aston Villa earns like £5 million. If Arsenal wins the Champions League, Aston Villa earns like £5 million. If he plays 70% of the games, Aston Villa earns such amount of money. That was what exactly the side of Villa was really suggesting to Arsenal. Arsenal were like £40 million, all nothing. You understand? So looks like Arsenal went to the side of Aston Villa, knowing that the player is clocking 30 years of age come December of this year. And if we are to pay £60 million for a if you are to pay £60 million for a 29-year-old player, maybe it never really went ahead, obviously work on well. But I was like, in the situation that Arsenal is into, they needed to obviously get in Ollie Watkins, because £60 million for me, Ollie Watkins could do a job for them for the next 2-3 seasons. You understand? And I think it was a very huge mistake that Arsenal went ahead to do, and that's why I come here to ridicule them as to why they never went ahead to bring in Ollie Watkins. I saw some fans on this channel that £60 million for a 29-year-old who's turning 30 in December, we couldn't go for it. Others were like, get in Ollie Watkins. And this is what I tell you guys. Manchester United brought in Robin van Persie. I think he was 28 years of age, you know, from Arsenal, and by the time £20 million was still some good amount of money by 2012. You understand? So, but they won a trophy. And what does Arsenal need? Arsenal needs to win a trophy. And when you look at the format of the Champions League, they're into the quarterfinals. Even if they don't win the Premier League, if you get in Ollie Watkins, you stand a chance to win the Champions League, because Gabriel Jesus is out for the entire season, meaning that if Kai Havertz gets an injury or gets suspended, Arsenal will have to play with the half nine in the names of Trossard. Does that really help a team to compete for the trophy? My answer is a big no. Then David Austin added and said, Villa were being serious when they suggested £60 million. That's what they would have been prepared to have a conversation for. We don't know if it could have led to an offer being accepted, but the door was clearly open at that level. So that means if Arsenal had raised £60 million, they would have gone ahead to obviously be given Ollie Watkins. And Arsenal was like, we are not going to obviously pay that amount of money. So that's how this deal came, all hit an impasse in that time. He added and said, for somebody that's gone on record to say he's an Arsenal supporter and it would have been his dream move, perhaps Watkins would have pushed for it if it came close, but it didn't come close. There was no attempt by Arsenal to go again. So Arsenal never went again to prepare a second bid for Ollie Watkins. You understand? And that's why a player like Ollie Watkins was like, I cannot really push for a move outside Arsenal if at all Arsenal is not close to £60 million. If Arsenal at least had gone ahead to say we are having £50 million added onto the £10 million added onto the 40 that we had gone ahead to obviously make initially, I think the player would have gone ahead to say, all right, please, £50 million, please let me go. Let me go and play for my dream team. You are making almost 50% profit, for the amount of money that you bought me. So why don't you really let me go? He would have gone ahead obviously push for that. But he never pushed for that because he sensed the unseriousness of Arsenal in this deal. And now, Arsenal are really having one forward in Kai Havertz, centre forward. Jesus' season is over. And they will need to do a miracle to win this trophy. That is it. And the only miracle that Arsenal can use to win this trophy is to improve on its defending. Keep clean sheets, because I know they're having players who can really collect them goals, but are those goals enough, depending on how bad that defense of Arsenal is looking? And they're really having a game against Newcastle tonight, and I'm going to be waiting to see how they're really going to be looking, when it comes to defending and scoring. For goals, I know they can come through because Arsenal creates chances in every game. But are they in position to obviously put in the best performances ever, without another centre forward? Unless, I think, they keep playing in one competition, but that does not really hinder a player from really getting injured, because you can see a player like Ethan Nwaneri. Had he played very many games the previous season? The answer is no. Had he played many this season? No. But didn't he get injured? So players get injured at any time. So, as it stands, I tell you, I repeat this. Hear me out. Arsenal set themselves to fail, or set themselves not to win a Premier League trophy or a Champions League trophy this season for not getting in a centre forward. If Gabriel Jesus was there still fully fit, I would have gone to say, all right, they are okay not to bring in one. But he's out. He is out. And not for months, or not for March, April, but for the entire season. Because it was confirmed that he really had a crescent ligament ACL injury. That's what he got. And you know what happens to players like those. He got the same injury that kept Julian Timber out for almost a season. Meaning that January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. You understand? He's going to be out for like 7 months. So, we are here to wait and see how things pan out. Rokani David is my name. Please, and please, and please, I'm waiting for reactions into the comment section below about what the number one transfer gaffer, known as Ollie Watkins, had to say about the player in the names of Ollie Watkins and why he really never came to Arsenal. And the blame is for Arsenal. They are to blame for why Ollie Watkins never really crossed, because he supports Arsenal, he loves it, and all he needed was Arsenal to obviously try to show to it that I have a second bid coming in through, and he would have gone ahead obviously put in a transfer request to go ahead and really play. But I think it has gone ahead to mark Arsenal's interest in Ollie Watkins, because in the summer, Fabrizio Romano confirmed to us that it's either Isha coming in through or Benjamin Sheshko. Rokani David it is, and here we come to the end of this video. And don't forget what I told you about Mono Gadgets. Really bring you what we call affordable smartwatches, and they have brand new phones and brand new laptops, used phones and used laptops from the United Kingdom. Call them on +256 70 99 88 665. You got me? Bye bye.